What's up, guys? So let's keep going, and I'm going to increase the size of this little guy in here. So I'm going to item mode and select it, and I'm going to polygon, and I don't think I will. Let me first enable my lights here. Now I will delete it. The reason I've enabled it is because I have to know where to put. When I copy this one here, I will press R and choose this one here to increase the size. Okay, and I will increase just a little bit on this. Okay, let me see. Okay, now it's better, and I will Control C, Control V to paste, W to move, and I will move over to the other light. Okay. Now let me turn this light off. Okay. Now I'm going to model something, and I will start by making those things. I can remember the name of it. So create a new scene, and I will add a sphere, clicking with Shift pressed. So I'm going Ctrl Z here, Shift, and click on the sphere. Then I will select all those polygons and press Shift up arrow twice, then press R, and I'll change my action center to selection border. Then I will zero out my scale here. Okay, press spacebar to drop the tool, deselect everything, and press tab. Now I'm going to select all those polygons up here and press Shift up arrow once and delete it. Let me delete. Okay. Then I will select this ring by double click this edge and press R, and just shrink that. Double click this one here and shrink even more, and one more time. Okay, just like this. Then I'm going to double click this edge and bevel it, and the round level of 1. Okay, just to sharpen that edge. And let me delete some of these edges here. Take a look how I'm doing. Grabbing one, jump another, and grab, and keep doing this. When we do that, we take off those triangles, and those polygons became quads, and we are almost done. Let me just shrink that down even more. Okay, just like it. Now we're going to basics, and we will use thicken tool, right click, then grab the blue handle and go inside just a little bit. Now let me select 2 polygons, and then press L to select the loop, and R for scale, and just zero out on the Z. This will flatten that edge. Now I'm going to select 2 again and press Alt C click, and I will make it 2 and symmetry, and I will put right here, then select 2 on the middle, loop W, and I will move it up just to round a little bit this edge here. When I press tab, it's, I don't know, let me select this 2 here, Alt C, and I'll put one edge up there, and double click this edge here and backspace. Now when I press tab, this is the result. Let me just select this loop W, and I will move it up just to make it more rounded. That's what I'm looking for. You can do yours as you wish, but I'll do like this. Then I have to move it up so my handle stay down here. To do that, I'm going to select everything, W for move, and I'll choose to element, and I'll click this vert here, and I will click here on snap, and I will choose grid, and make sure this snap here is activated. So I'm just moving it up until it snaps to this 0. Okay, then I will increase just a little bit by hand. I will increase it for 4, just to stay out of my floor. I'd like to be like this. The reason I've already explained it. So I'm just going to double click this one here, Ctrl C, W, and I'll move, oops, Ctrl V, then I move it. I press tab, then I will select 1 and jump, select another one and just press up arrow. When it's done, I will press L for loop, and then press R for scale, and I need to get back to automatic, and I will choose this plane here. I want to scale that just on Z and X axis. Okay, I will scale that in just a little bit. Yeah, just like this, and spacebar to drop the tool. When I press tab, I got something like that. I can select one and press Alt L to select the ring, and then press loop to select the loop, and I will bevel it just a little bit. I'm trying to do just a little bit. Okay, let me just type here 0.001, and that's what I'm looking for, those crispy edges. Press tab here, maybe Ctrl Z, maybe I will bevel, spacebar drop the tool, I will tab, and I will select again the ring, then the loop, B for bevel, and I will bevel it. Oh, let's enable my snapping here, so I press F11 to pop up the menu, then I will select none. Okay, then I'm just going to bevel it, and the round level is 1, but I'm just going to 0, round level 0. That's it. When I press tab, I got those crisp edges, but not that crisp. Down here we got some mass, some endgons, but it doesn't matter because this face here is flattened, so we don't have to worry about it. I'm just going to select this one here, Control C to copy, and Control V to paste, and W for move. I'll go to my top view here, and I will put this right here. Then I'm going to my front view, and I will select my press space bar to drop the tool, and action center, no, my fall off, I'll choose linear, and bottom to up. Now press E for rotate, and go to my perspective view here, and my action center needs to be automatic or none. Okay, then I will just rotate it, and I'll get something like this. Okay, maybe rotate it, E, rotate it, but I think I will choose something different here. Let me see. Is out, is in, no, linear. I think linear, it's good. Okay, then I will press ESC to exit that tool, and I can select this guy here and just scale this way, just to match the size of the other two, the thickness, I mean. So those are my vases. I don't know if I can call this way in English, but let's go to our render tab view, and I will select none, and nothing select model means everything is selected, and I will press M and create material, and it will be vasos. That's how you call in Brazil. It will have non-diffuse and non-specular. Press OK. Then I'm going to my reflection mount and say 1080. Okay, 1080, and I'll just choose an environment here to be more even more clear. Okay, 1080, material trans, and I will set it to 100% transparent, and the refraction index will be 1.52. and there we have our glass. Beautiful, huh? Once we've done that, I can go to my item list here, and I will rename that to Vaso, then select this item and move it up to English tutorial, then press OK. I can now close the scene, or I can save it as a preset, save, and I can save as a preset, or just delete it. I don't need that. Where are those? So select the vases here, and they are too big. I'll select polygon and select R for scale, and I will scale them equally, but I will choose here action center to my pivot, then scale it down till they are good to go. I think that's okay. So now I'm going to select this item here and rotate it 90 degrees, or we can see here. Okay, we can see here, we just can see here. Here we see when we are in component mode, so at least it should be, but it's not showing up. I don't know why. Okay, then I'm going to top view, and I'll make shade options, inactive mesh wireframe, and press W to move, and I will move it just right here, perspective, move it up. And what I can do here is just to go to my snapping again and snap to geometry, and I will lower that until it's snap into my geometry. But really, I don't think I'm doing it right, and instead of vertex I will change polygon, and then it will be snapped where? Okay, it's kind of hard, no problem. I'll do that without, or can choose background here, and just background, doesn't need to be vector mode. And I don't know, it's not working. Press ask to exit everything, just eyeball it. Then let me go to my right view here, and that's the board that I'd like to put it on, and I won't touch the board. I will leave it just above it. Okay, there we have our 3 glasses. Then I'm going to file, I'm going to save it, file, new, and this one here is pretty simple. I'll make is a sphere again and move it up, and so I'm going to just undo, and I will make it 50 sides and 50 segments, and I'll apply. Okay, and that's just for a tip. They does not need to be like this because they will be far away, but I'll explain why I do this. Because when you do a sphere just like this, let me go here to my, let me see here, reflection, and I will turn off my wireframe, go to polygon mode. As you can see, I have some pinches right here, and the rest of the model is great, but right here I have this ugly thing going on. And actually this sphere here is the best, but using globe, not quad ball or tessellation. For perfect sphere I like to use globe, but I really like to increase the sides and just apply, and then press tab to unsubdivide it. Okay, reflections, let me select this item here, and when you subdivide you get those pinches, but when you press tab you are gone, and you have too much sides to be smooth. Okay, that's what I like to do. I will select it and move it up. Then I'm just going to, I need to turn on my wireframe, select all of those polygons, shift select up, until there. R for scale, actual center, selection border, and just flatten this out by 0, this, and just to give a little bit edge we can do a bevel here. Okay, that's it. And select this one, let me move this out, Control C, Control V, W for move, and my action center needs to be automatic. And R for scale, action center selection. And I will change here from center to bottom, and I will scale that down. Control C, Control V, W, move it out. R for scale. And just forget, it will be my selection, and button. And I will scale that down. Remove this closer and select both and move closer. Action center automatic. Okay, front view, a right view, and move it down. Control Z. Let's select this little guy here and move it down. R for scale, action center to pivot again, and I'm just going to scale that down. Perspective, I'm going back to advanced OpenGL here. Let's make a material, and it would be balls. And again, no diffuse. Let's go to our render tab, select an environment. Then let's go to our material properties here, and I will conserve energy, make it reflection. Let me see here, 80, 100, and just tone the reflections down by darkening this color here, as you can see here. Just changing the color of the reflections. This is 100% reflection, and I'd like to give this metal feel here, and I will blurry the reflection, and I will increase the reflections rays. I'll double it, and it's fine for now. I will increase that later. Let me do this right now. I'd like to be very smooth with no noise. I think now it's perfect. Now we can rename it to ball. No, ball. I think that's how we write it in English. I don't know. I don't really know. Then put it above. Press OK. I will close my other scene. Don't save it. And I'll have to scale that down even more. Then go to my top view. Even more. W. I need to. I think we have some snapping going on here. Let me go to my F11. No, it's nothing. I just put it right here. R E for rotate. Then perspective, and move it up. I go to my front view here, or right view. Just place it right here. Something strange about my spheres. They are not spheres anymore. I just eyeball it. When I scaled, I used this little guy here, and when I should use the center, but no problem. Okay, now let's make our glasses, and I will start a new scene. I can go to File, New Scene, as we are doing, or I can go here and go No, we cannot. Okay, other new scene. For this one, I'm going to press A to go to my center. Then I will go to my right view and I'll choose the pen tool, and I'm going to make polygons and I start by drawing something here, and I don't know what. Okay, it's already closed. Maybe Ctrl Z. I'll not use polygons, I'm going to use lines, and then I will choose close. Okay, I'm going to make something. Oops, what I'm doing here. Okay. No. I have missed something. Okay. Oops. What? Okay, now it's working. I'm just going to draw a profile for my glass. I'll do something here. Something like that. Now I need to be more precise on this. I'll just add another one here, and to be precise I'm going to select some vertices, this one, and go to perspective, and those vertices needs to be center selected on the Z and X. Okay, and this one here and this one here, they need to be centered on the X. I think, yes, it's the X, and they need to be selected on the Y. Now I know that this vert is perfectly centered to this one here. Okay. They are totally centered right on the center of my world, and that line is totally straight with my ground here. Okay, I'm going to select everything and go to duplicate, radial sweep, no, mesh edit. Where is my radial sweep? Duplicate, no, mesh edit. Hang on guys. Oh my god, it's here. Radial sweep. I'll change my action center to origin, and 24 it's fine on the Y, and I will just click it, and there you have it. And I will press spacebar to drop the tool, and let me just press tab here. As you can see, nothing happens. I'll press tab again and nothing happens again. The reason that I've just pressed spacebar and ask just to exit all the other things. What I'm going to do here to solve this problem is I'm going to vertex and I will merge everything. No verts were merged, and then I'm going to list. No, I'm not going to list. I'm going to polygon, and I will do a reduce, unify, and I will march first unify. And a lot of polygons have been, but it's flipped, so I'm just going to double click and press F, and there you have it. When I press tab, my glass is there. So I'm just going to select a couple of rings here by double clicking those edges, and I will just bevel those. Okay, press spacebar and press tab. They hold much more. Let me select this ring here and just bevel it just a little bit around level of 1, and it's okay. Now I'm going to select this edge, this edge, and keep going. Okay, then press backspace. Let me turn. Okay, it's already turned off. Okay, let me go to my top view here, and I'll select that edge, that. You see that this pinch here, as I did with the sphere, if you don't want to have it, you are going to use non-subdivided, okay, mesh. You're going to use another type of mesh. But I'll press backspace, and the pinch is still there, but it will be far away, and it will be behind the other glass, and we won't see that pinch here. But if you are going to model a cup just like this one here, and it will be your first item on your scene, it will be close, then you have to worry about this little guy here. When you use Pixar sub D, it gets better, but not that better. And another thing we have to do here is to delete this little edge on the center here. Just pass backspace, and we're done, totally done. So now I'm going to view dimensions tool, and it has 2 meters taller, and I'm going to basic, snap and precision, absolute scaling, and I will scale that taller to I'm select everything here, 15 millimeters, and I will press absolute scaling. Oops, I will Ctrl Z and change the Y axis to low, then press uniform scaling. Okay, now I'm going to my render tab again. Let me get close. I'm going to press M here and say cups, 0 diffuse amount as well. Let me add this environment, and will be 1080 reflective. My material trans here will be 100% transparent, and I have to add a refraction index here of glass as well. And I think we're done. That's okay. If you want to, you can add a little bit of color to it. I think I did that. Let me see here. Yes, I did. Okay, and I think that's fine. This is beautiful enough, realistic. And I'm going to, oh my, there's something going on here, and I need to see what is this. I mean, just backspace, tab view here. I'll go to my good tone shading. No, solid. And I think it's okay. Nothing happened. Okay, I'll go to my render tab in here. Take a look around. Okay, we are good. Good to go. And I will rename it to cup and select this item and put it on my English tutorial. Delete, close scene, don't save, and I just have to place it. So I'm going to top view here, W for move, and I'll move it right here, and I'll go to perspective, move it up, I'll go to my right view here, place it where it should be, and go to perspective. Now I'm going to save it to prevent some crash, and let me just take off these dimensions tools here, and I will go to duplicate array and click. Then I have to do something here, like just add some more. Ctrl Z first of all, spacebar, ask to get rid of everything. I will control, let me add a group here, and let me see where the groups are, group locator, and I will make it cup, then place my cup in there. Then I'm going to not array but instance array, then click, and they need to go in here. Okay, that's enough. Okay, not that much, just those. And let me see here, but I'm going to the other side, one more. Okay, now we're done. To my right view here, or my front view, and I'll place it right here. Okay, spacebar, drop the tool, perspective, and I think that's good enough. I have a lot of glasses in there. What about we do that little thing strange? That's so easy to make with model. and I'll save, and then as always start a new scene, and to make that I'm going to center again by pressing A, and then I'm going to basics, and I will click and hold that and go to solid sketch, and I'll make my symmetry on the X, and I'll click, and then Ctrl Z, click, and it's starting to shape it. Click here and click right there. I need to move it up. Okay, then click right here, right above, and it's getting a little creepy. Okay, no, that's not what I've done. So I'm going to scale that in. To scale that in, I'm going to show you how to do that. Let me just go here. Okay, go down. To scale that in, we just need to place our mouse next to the center and press Shift and click and drag. Okay, that's how we scale it. Then I'm going just to do, oops, Ctrl Z. Oh, that's not what I was looking for, and I shrink that down, move it. Okay, it's different, of course. Move that up. It's very, very different. It's even more weird. Let me go to my level here of 2 subdivisions. I don't even know if that thing can stand. Now it can. I'll put a tail in here. This should be more weird. So that's it. Very, very easy. Let me go to my right view here and just make it even perspective. And there you have that little thing. And select my polygons here, W to move it up, then select all those little things and delete it. W to move it down, right view here, go down, Ctrl Z, need to move those little legs down, then go to perspective mode, render tab, let's give it a material, chrome, and it will be 80 and 100. Let me add, okay, it's kind of that, but I will check blur reflection, and I don't want to be too blurry, just a little bit, and it will be 5 of roughness. Okay, that's realistic enough to our little weird dog. And go to model here. I will name this item here to dog. I don't know how to write weird, so if I does, I would do. I'm going to place it here and close that scene. No, I don't want to save it. Okay, it's a little big. I'm going to polygon mode, no, island mode, Now we scale that down. Go to my top view here. E for rotate, we'll rotate 90 degrees and place it right there. Let me scale that down again. W, perspective, move it up. I need to scale that up, not that much. And go to my front view. There you go, little boy. Yes, who's the boy of daddy? Who's the boy of daddy? My weird thing. Okay, there you have it. I will zero the scale, okay, to be the normal size of it. And okay, let me see here what else we can do that it's very easy. I think that's enough for today. We have, or for this video. Later I'm going to go to the television here. You will see that it's very easy to make, and those little guys here and that guy. Okay, so to finish off, I'm going to my render tab here. Let me see here how this is getting. Interesting. And okay, we have the preview here. Now I'm going to render it to see bigger, and we are done. So guys, this is what I've got. I have to correct that glass over there. There is missing something. I can't even understand what is happening there. And feel free to fill these vases here with recall plugin. I don't have it, so I can't fill that with candies and all that stuff. I can't do that because I don't have it. So that's it for now. We're going to move on TV and make all those little guys in here, and we're done. Just to make the final render. And let me just go in here. As you are here, guys, you are here, aren't you? Yes, you are. Oh, yes, you are. Let me check this here. And what is happening to this guy? Put polygon mode. And I don't think that's the problem. Why I'm getting this weird thing. But actually what I'm going to do is I'm just increase the size of it. Okay, I think that should render open last start red. And the reason I just love Modo is because of this. I have render region. Okay, the problem is solved there. And see you guys next video. Oh, look at those balls, how good they are. Aren't you? Oh, little duck of dead.